decisive action, Vicar DeSoto. I can no longer depend on lazy, weak-willed bureaucrats to help me rescue Halcyon. I need someone with a backbone, someone like your captain.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fenhill, but I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more, and nothing less. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it.
Sorry about that. My internet's being shitty today. Yeah.
I'll answer however I can.
Fucking hell.
When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate. You realize that agreeing with me won't get you any kind of pay raise. Nevertheless, I'm pleased to hear that. We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. Malnutrition, disease, high mortality rates. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful. Precisely. The colony must never lose faith in the board. That is what the board provides. Security in a senseless and chaotic world. The truth won't do this colony any good. The truth won't save it from the inevitable. The truth, Captain, is the enemy of security. When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you. You've demonstrated your ability to place duty above sentiment. And you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive bureaucrats. You don't have to like me, Captain. As long as you're willing to work with me. I can't save this colony alone. I need someone capable of working outside the system. Someone who can get things done. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the Halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
I get that you board types are all about efficiency, but isn't this a bit much?
I'm asking your captain to amputate a rotting limb from the colony. I'd expect you to understand, Dr. Fenhill.
I cannot condone this plan. Wanton, senseless destruction of life is never the solution.
I don't need you to approve of my plan, Vicar. I need you to get it done. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you. You replaced a loyal, if hard-headed, town leader with a revolutionary. Adelaide's people have turned Edgewater into a hub of dissidents. These people are dangerous. They're going to become more dangerous after the collapse. We need to put them down. now. Because right now, you're the only person I can depend on. My hands are tied by endless rolls of red tape and bureaucratic limitations. Halcyon is going to collapse while the board hems and haws and debates minutiae. We need to act, and you're the only person with the wherewithal to do what's necessary. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed.
She's cold.
Don't fool yourself. The dissidents occupying Edgewater are rebels harboring dangerous and seditious ideas. Left to their own devices, their numbers will grow. Graham Bryant and his merry band of morons caused enough trouble on Monarch. I won't risk the same thing happening in Edgewater. No, allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision is insane. What I'm suggesting is absolutely logical. Steel your spine, Captain. Do what needs to be done. Edgewater is beyond saving. We're going to have to erase the town, but we're going to do it systematically. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. Do you remember what you discovered there? You've been paying attention. You're absolutely right. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an insurance claim. They outfitted their mechanicals with a termination protocol, which is exactly what we need. I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater. These mechanicals have been equipped with the same termination protocol, which must be activated from a terminal in the plant. Once the mechanicals are finished cleaning out Edgewater, I'll need you to go in and clean out the mechanicals. Understand?
Jesus Christ.
I appreciate the flattery, Captain. One last
Calls
thing.
it flattery.
Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little misadventure in the geothermal plant. Tread lightly. I like you, Captain, but you're not worth that much paperwork. I prefer keeping our relationship strictly off the books. Report back to me when the job's done.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to murder an entire town. Well. Looks like I'm gonna be needing Felix on this one.
Members, Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Time to murder everyone. Ellie, Felix.
I got a real problem with this.
You're not really thinking of going through with this plan, right? Tell me I'm imagining things. That's Parvati's hometown. You're just gonna wipe it out? Vicar Max lived in Edgewater. We got folk from our own crew that called that place home. If you don't like this job, and I don't like this job, and nobody else on this ship likes this job, then why are you going through with it? Edgewater is a corporate town, not some marauder camp. They're asking you to wipe out their own people.
Termination. The colony has too many mouths to feed. Edgewater is going to die a slow death when the colony collapses. This is mercy.
If this is mercy, I'd hate to see your idea of cruelty. You know, just for the record, I hate absolutely everything about this. Sophia, the board, Edgewater, this plan. Everything. But I know you're doing your best. I know you're trying to save as much of the colony as you can.
Okay, how about you?
If I still believed in the grand plan, a revelation like this would have seriously shaken my faith. Knowing you, I can only assume you have already begun formulating a plan to deal with this. So tell me, what are we going to do?
Murder everyone.
I hate to contradict you by pointing out that everyone dies, but it is better to die last, I suppose. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Nope. Okay. Looks like I am going to get a hated.
Good to see our old workers came back.
See if I can find another solution for this.
Time changes all things. Even Reed's stranglehold over Edgewater must inevitably yield to the attrition of time. Start anew. Edgewater will become the town it was meant to be, a place where we live in harmony with the world, where none of us writhe under the whips of corporate masters. A place where all are welcome.
Shit. Should have put Reed in charge.
Describe the nature of the accident. Let's say catastrophic mechanical failure. Damn, how do you spell catastrophic again? 2 T's, 2 R's. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. This area is currently experiencing a surprise audit. Turn around and head back to your designated workplace or domicile. Oh, yes. Absolutely. A real stickler for the rules. Hard-ass Hogarth, that's what they call me. That's Hogarth with 1G, by the way, if you're putting in a good word with the Honorable Adjutant. Don't let me get in your way. Go on through.
Got my sights on you.
Understood. A fine kill. Here we go!
Don't mess with the best.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me. Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You can't be serious. I've known the guy for years.
Yeah, that's about how I react to what I found out. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Yeah, well, at least you're honest about your allegiances. That puts you a step above Harlow, for what it's worth. You wanted to know why I broke away from Harlow? That's why. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Oh wow.
Here we go. Best there ever was.
They are all dead.
Security.
All right, here we go.
Where are their bodies? Ooh, tasty. Filthy place.
Nice hit for this.
Character, reputation, revering. Shit, revering pa syempre. Okay. Rosemary Kwan as the sick lady. Resident Conrad.
Don't mess with us! Nobody messes with you, boss!
All done. Grace Romero. Let's make sure everyone is dead.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. What?
Zoe Chandler has the pirate. Mr. Blaine. Guard Pelham. Lieutenant Mercer. Holy shit. I'm a murderer. Silas. Adelaide. Oh yeah, I forgot. And Adelaide tried to run away. Let's see if I can open the door. It's a long ride. No, there's nothing. Points. 60, 70, 80, 97. I see. Forty, 60, yeah. Interesting.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Okay, let's talk to them.
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely.
Hey, Cap. Oh, sure. Felix is a riot. Other day he asked if mana queens lay eggs. I told him they lay eggs in people, and there ain't no cure. I could bust into swarms at any moment. The look on his face, it was great. You know, one time, Opal and I, shit. Look at me dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything. I will.
This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us. What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town caught up in shady corporate shit. Tough luck for them, but maybe an opportunity for us. I'm counting on it. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us.
Okay, help me there.
Sometimes I can hear Vickers saying prayers to himself. Sometimes I hear him cussing about tossball scores.
She has nothing to say. Murdered his
Captain
entire
Hawthorne never
town.
worked to
Murdered
support the
entire
board
town.
before, at least not officially. I suppose we are turning over a new leaf?
What do you mean by that?
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
These two. Yeah.
As always, I am at your... and
What's your 6? Intimidate 91. 100 hack, 100 lockpicks. So, persuade ya lang. Maybe a little science and engineering.
I've just been informed that the problem of Edgewater has been permanently resolved. I know, but you acquitted yourself with honor. You performed your duty, as hard as it was. You should be proud of yourself, Captain. You're on the verge of making history. There's just one last job I need you to do for me. I've made arrangements for you to journey to the Hope. You will board your former colony ship, reactivate its navigation systems, and skip the colony ship into orbit around Tartarus. Once the Hope is in position, we will have everything we need to begin healing the colony. The Hope has been out of commission for years. You'll need to connect your own ship to the Hope's auxiliary power supply. Then make your way to the Hope's bridge. Your ship's computer will activate the Hope's skip drive and bring you into orbit around Tartarus. Technology, Captain. The same technology that allowed you and your fellow colonists to make the journey from Earth to Halcyon. Under the Lifetime Employment Program, every suitable worker in Halcyon will be placed in suspended animation. The Hope is the perfect storage facility for the colony's workers. I won't lie to you. We're going to have to dispose of some of the Hope's settlers in order to make room for Halcyon's rotating workforce. But try to understand, many of your fellow settlers are beyond saving. They've been frozen for far too long, and the revival process would be lethal. Convenience. The Hope is a massive ship and we'll need to make use of it. Our facilities in Tartarus will benefit from having the ship within orbit. I have the highest faith in your abilities, Captain. You and I are going to save Halcyon together.
Hey, hold on a second. I want a word. Here's what I don't understand. The Hope. Big damn colony ship, right? Lost on the edge of space. Hundreds of thousands of colonists floating out there, just waiting for a savior. And you're just gonna deliver them into the hands of the board? Yeah, which is what upsets me. You talked some sense into me, and I believed you. And here you are, doing something even worse. It's just wrong. The board's already got a stranglehold on the entire colony. You're about to give them another ship full of slaves. We've had this argument before. I trusted you then. And I guess I'm willing to trust you again. I'm part of your crew, boss. But you're part of the Hope's crew. That's your ship, floating out there in the dark. I know you're just trying to keep them safe.
And how about you, Vicar?
I find myself marveling at the something...
Good. No insubordination.
How may I be of assistance? I am at your service.
Oh, hey, what is this? 156 cheaper. 21. Level 26. Okay. So, quanto yan? 500. Okay, so that's good. Pretty good. But
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati.
yeah. Every 298. Yeah. Nyoka. Three or five. $47. 80. Yeah. 263. 5, 3. 305. 303. 263.
Discussing the latest Aetherwave serial. You might want to consider changing your clothes. More often.
One hand. Stardom. Delivery is taking so long. Damn it. Tinker. Yeah. 57, 26. Yeah, that's good. 15. NKX. Oh. Let's see. 26. 31, 31. 31. I am Q. 18. Repair. Okay. Modify, here we go. Speedy, corrosion, plasma, barrel. No. Okay, so shock. Plus 25%. That's shock. Crit damage. Shock Geniano. It's going to be plasma. Exacto sight. Post armor damage dealt plus 15%. Yeah, it's good enough. Gadget. Oh no, this is Parvati. She's okay with this. Long guns plus 5. Wait, causal weapon the Felix. I see. So he is wearing 100. Melee skill, melee damage. Melee. No, not your ability. Not power attack. Critical chance. This is the one. Plasma, corrosion. It's corrosion. What is this? Character, detail, reputation. Spacer's choice 100, 100, 100, 100. Oh, except for this one. Next, Roseway. I see. Okay, Felix.
When I was stranded in
Scylla.
Bail. I simulated a number of hypothetical scenarios
Save.
in which Edgewater met its demise. Death by automechanical was not.
Vicar Max. Felix is the one
Number
with the
57.
sniper rifle and the Ellie. So, skill. Lockpick is 110. Sword is 26. So, 28, 29, 30. Felix.
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. I don't know what to think. Between you and Clyde, I'm starting to think everybody's on the board's payroll. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame. I've been trying to tell myself Clyde's got some sensible explanation for all this, but I just don't know. None of this is making a lick of sense to me
I've
right
been
now.
bought by the board, so
I think we need to have a word
no
with Clyde.
position to judge the guy. Let's see. Yo.
What's the word?
Let's try
Not
this.
surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life. That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand? Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony.
Yeah.
Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
Your friend's been taking us for idiots. I'm not arguing. I think you owe Felix an explanation. When we met, you told me Trask was an informant for the board.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face.
Yep.
I was dealing with a traitor. You'll understand if I play my cards close to my chest. You're a sensible man, Captain. I'm glad you understand my position.
Yeah?
Understand what? Boss, we got evidence. Clyde's been taking money from the board.
Oh, come on, Felix. We've all taken money from the board.
Yeah.
They run this colony. I can't pay my soldiers in ideological purity. If I have to take the board's money to buy my guns, outfit my troops, and prepare my revolution, then I'll do it.
Yeah, it's a sensible disposition in life, but he's not lying.
I know, but you gotta have principles, right? If you're on the establishment's payroll, you're a Confederate
Principle
tyranny.
won't feed your family, boy.
Captain is trying to teach you something, Felix.
You need to wake
We
up.
must contend with reality not as we wish it to be, but as it is. Captain, I hope Trask hasn't tricked you into believing his ridiculous accusations. If you're willing to overlook this unpleasantness, I'm willing to take Felix into my crew.
I don't know about this, boss. You've been real good to me. I'm not too keen on jumping ship.
You're seriously considering this pretentious gas back over me? Backing up?
Sure, boss. Whatever you say.
You don't have to do this. You're a free man, Felix. Free to disobey.
Then I choose not to get on my boss's bad side. Sorry, Clyde. If you wanted me on your crew, you should have been the first to ask.
Then I suppose there's nothing more left to be said.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Captain. I doubt we'll cross orbits again.
No problem. Oh, wow.
Been ages since we had a good haul. No freighters, no jobs, no
What
contracts.
big blasting.
Standing around kicking rocks. What do you think you're doing?
I was just
All right,
leaving.
scram.
It's he. Can't do nothing. Oh yeah. Grip and attack. 16, level 20. Ooh. 1,400. Fuck. But it's level 24. Two four two 163 300. This one's level 27. Stay alive. Felix. That looks weird, but okay.
A reminder to all crew members.
Friendship stew confronted. You confronted Hannibal Trask. Felix would like a
There
word.
is only one toilet on the ship.
Yeah, Felix. You'll get a word, alright? First, 10% chance. Attack speed. Corrosive damage. Then we tinker. Yeah. Feel 9. 322. 40,000. Yeah. Time to get paid.
We need to talk. Listen, boss. I owe you an apology. I got stupid. Clyde wanted me on his crew, and I jumped at the shot. You took a chance with me back on the Groundbreaker. I should have shown you a little more loyalty. Nah, Clyde wasn't important. Knowing you can count on me, that's important. There was something else on my mind, honestly. I've been trying to make sense of all this business with Clyde and Trask. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me.
Dude, I'm fucking agent of the board. What the hell?
Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that. No kidding. I'm glad you keep the kitchen stocked. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. I'm glad I didn't go back to Harlow. I've got all the family I need right here on our ship. Thanks for your time, boss.
No problem.
So, sneak onto a lost colony ship and skip it across the system. What could go wrong?
Where's Parvati? She is stopped. Damn. And Starcross Trooper. Nyoka gave you directions. Should I? Should I not? Of course. Check. Perks. No, not perks. 72 intimidate lockpick. 72 lockpick. Nyoka. No, not Picamax. Helix and Nyoka. Oh! What the fuck? 117. Snake. Wow, look at that. Need 100 sneak next time. Oh, hey. Be right back. Someone's at the door. Un ratito lang. Por favor. Okay. I will stop the stream in a few minutes. Around 11. Break for 2 hours and we'll continue later. For now, let's finish this.
I believe I hear Felix
Yeah.
and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Monarch.
orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Right, let's dance! Down they go! Don't mess with us! That's the last of them.
All right.
Rats. Let's clear this sulfur-sodden fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace.
Have a good brawl! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him. The Queen ain't just gonna come out on her own. She'll have dug tunnels into the mountain. I've got theories about how to lure her out, but Anders would know for sure. I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks, and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago. I should have. I really should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
Oh.
Well, shit, I'm working on it, all right? You think I like lying awake at night? You think I like stewing on the similarity between rap screams and my friend's death throes? I'll get there. Quips from you ain't gonna help me along the way, so stow it. Now come on, let's make tracks before Hiram dies of old age.
Okay. this?
Alright, let's dance! That's one down!
Oh.
Fritz! Everyone alright?
Yeah? Level 20. Level 3. 13. For you. Ooh. Save, yeah, save cargo check. Heavy construction helmet. I guess it's junk. Oh. Wait, I thought I killed everyone here. No. This one. Also against the level 29.
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack? Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you call this friends? I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me. Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck. Give my regards to Sophia, won't you?
Sure. Okay. It's 100. Persuade dialogue. Oh. What if, yeah.
Yeah, boss?
Uh,
Whatever you say, boss. I'll see you back there.
yeah. So now lockpick is 72, 70, 80, 92. Plus 10, yeah. Put it. 72, 80, 90, plus 10. I'll say Cracker's Jacket. So there's two more. Could put this one here. Anioka. Yeah, okay. Be right back. Why I put this one on my ship?
Captain,
Be right back.
if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing the cargo quarters.
Whoa. Just quick.
Our fuel cells are now primed with Alta Vita. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
And
Can we talk? What's the hurry, right?
No one tells you how much of the job is waiting for action.
Just gonna put the BRB sign.
Anyone got a smoke?
Bigger. This is browns, two blacks, two reds.
Nice to take a breather, right?
Oh wow. Beautiful. Give me a second. I'll move my keyboard. Sorry. Sorry. Now move my G102. Still waiting for my mouse to come in. G103, but nevertheless, I'm just gonna reconnect my new mechanical keyboard. Oops. Okay. Oh. Huh? So my mic. Please.
Who feels like getting into trouble?
X36 controller. Okay. FN. Blowing cool air. Okay. Let's go back. Oh. Live screen.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
So we're skipping a colony ship for the board, huh? Tartarus is a hell of a place to wake up, Captain. Not like there's a long list of contenders. At least Tartarus has working plumbing and functional air recyclers, so I hear. I think you're making a smart play. The board holds every advantage, and you've elbowed your way into their ranks. That's how I look at it. I've been wondering what this is about for you. I'd call that a generous assessment. Where do you think this is headed for everyone else, though? You think the board's gonna pull Halcyon out of its tailspin?
I don't know. Haven't finished this playthrough yet.
Spoken like a true corporate. In any case, say the word and I'll be right behind you. Or beside you. Whichever. Anything else?
Nope.
What did I tell you? His down with the man shtick was just an act. No one who yammers that much means half of it. Obviously not. And better for Felix to know that now rather than become the next Trask. Don't get all mushy on me now. Come on, what did we just learn? People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental law of nature, same as gravity and conservation of motion. See, this is what I like about you. You may not be from here, but you fit right in. You're not working for the board out of some foolish sense of idealism.
Fuck no.
You're right. The point is that self-interest is like self-pleasure. No one wants to admit it, but everyone has a hand in it. Enough about Harlow, though. Anything else?
Nope. Oh.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders!
Shut
Come on
up!
out!
There's people here.
Hey, take a gander. Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it. Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
Uh-oh. This looks bad.
They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Or to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister. At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I think I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth. Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick. That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Get in there. Oh god! Where the fuck do I put you? Yeah! Stay there. You have it.
You know, the more of those Spectrum bottles I drink, the less I'm able to differentiate their colors.
Next, G103. Let me just wash my hands. It's filthy. Sleeping. My boy is sleeping. Okay. Let's go back. Ooh. Seal landing way. Ah, okay.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Here we go.
I get this part like that.
Yeah, Captain!
Heal yourself, Monk.
Performing an area sweep.
One shot.
Good score, Cap! Damn, but we're good.
They got the drop on us. We're in my sight.
Whoa. Asshole.
You got it. That's the last of them.
We're doing this.
Keep this up and I won't have any battle scars.
Okay.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up? Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon. Fucking right we are. Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon. He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Okay.
Whew, here we go.
Shovel. Oh, fuck. Okay. One million. One 46.
Damn, got some nimble fingers, Captain.
Here we go! Solid kill! I'm warmed up now.
Oh. Iconoclast, inspiration plus 3. 17. Oh.
Real slick.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building. We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family, Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong. Me too, Captain. But I'm starting to think that maybe I found another. Now let's get to shooting before I get all sentimental.
Incoming, Captain! Here we go! Just like that! Cover you!
I...
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest. What? Why? Them's painful memories, Captain. Huh. That ain't a bad point. All right, Captain. Thanks.
Free food. Excuse me. One more quest. Now I'm going to continue this later on, maybe tonight.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
Just need to submit this
Destination
quest
reached.
from the
The
Sunlight
Groundbreaker.
Queen. Character, reputation, reviewing. I need this one reviewing as well. Sorry, Nyoka.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka.
You should give our latest product a try. Ollie Ollie Toxi-Free. Don't take my word for it. Have a look.
50%. Wait, 50%? Okay. Yeah, 400 bits, sure. Still need to go to Pearl's Way.
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in. You know what? Fuck it. Enjoy yourself. I invest in the happiness of my workers, and you deserve a bigger cut. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor. No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine says the factory needs some repairs before it's back to working order, but at least it's under our control. Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they? I knew it. I'm probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know? I've got a lot on my mind, but it's nothing that concerns you. At least, not yet. I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work. They're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
Oh, sure. That sounds like a real easy job.
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain. Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that. Glad we understand each other. I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
Yes, ma'am.
CNP, I can't believe it's not yours. It's unbelievable how fast.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost misled.
Okay, let's make this easy.
We gotta get the power up and running. I'm shivering in my boots here.
I see.
Easy does it.
Error, terminal power below 5%, terminal maintenance mode, restore power supply, the station to resume normal operations. I see.
It's a lot of mechanicals. If we power up the station, it can power up too.
Oh fuck. See you. I see. What? Caution implement. UDL cartridge.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. Wait, who are you? No one told me we had security forces deployed on the station already. Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station's security systems. Can't be too careful. We'd hate to leave this location undefended after a close call with outlaws. Shit. Thanks for the warning. Last thing I need is to get fined for overriding security on a restricted station. My team and I will just head out then.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
That was rather impressive, Captain.
Ooh, yeah.
Diplomacy at its finest.
I know. Oh, this is locked. Security. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
Whoa, careful where you step.
Okay, I disengage. So I think I like my brown better. It's not too loud like the Otemo blue. This Otemo mechanical is obnoxiously loud. Huh.
Science in action is both a marvelous and terrifying thing to behold. In this case, however, I'd say it's more the latter. Impressive as always.
Oh, run. Run, no, 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 no.
You know something? You might be the finest agent Sublight ever hired. Chartrand. Sounds awfully familiar. That was the scientist from Cascadia, right?
Come on. Okay, now the station has been secured as a holding sublet salvage. Okay. Revering all of them. That's nice. Ah, 95. Easy mission.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Well,
Rizzo's purple berry fudge. A soft sour candy
Salvage is a family business.
oof.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain.
Oh, come on. No.
I'll have those dismantled. You can never be too careful when moving into someone else's territory. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station? Why would they leave an asset like that unprotected? Unless... Could the station be a trap? Unlikely. Possibly. One more thing to consider. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already. You have an eye for patterns. Good. We need more contractors like you. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know. Glad to know it, Captain. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters. Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain? Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it.
I knew it. Aliens from other worlds been visiting Halcyon.
At least one of your crew can keep an open mind. But this isn't some aetherwave serial millstone. This is reality.
It's really gullible.
Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
Captain, in my humble assessment, Ms. Hagen is insane.
Shh! Damn, she's serious. Tragic, ain't it? What age does to your mental faculties?
The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions?
No.
You took that better than I thought. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species, and I need you to put a bullet through her skull.
No questions asked, boss? I like your style.
This keycard will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone. Maybe even deeper than that.
Yep. She's insane.
Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Impressive place Dr. Chartrand has. After Cascadia,
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside? Hagen? I've never heard of her. Is she from the board? Damn it. I knew this would happen. This is utter nonsense. I've never even been to Groundbreaker. What happened to the team? Tell me you didn't move their suspension tanks. I'll tell you everything, just don't hurt them. Too many people have been harmed on my account.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving. You're working with Sophia. Then you must know how desperate things are. I believe that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. I know. I was there. Thomas was the first to take the gas. A simple test, he said. I told him not to, but he insisted. We learned a lot from his autopsy. Enough that we could try it on each other and know when to stop. No one else died. I must find a cure so his sacrifice isn't in vain. I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
I can certainly understand why.
Board cover-ups? Vessels disappearing into the aether? Sounds like the work of aliens to me.
The board is
Still convinced it's a fucking alien.
Seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace. Exactly. If colonists know we can't feed them or protect them, they'll begin to wonder why they need us at all. Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleum. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off halcyon crops.
I don't understand a word she said, but I don't like her tone one bit.
We haven't made much strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
It may not be pretty, but we risk the colony's downfall if we hinder the doctor's research.
I hope you know what you're doing, Captain. I leave it in your hands.
You know how I feel, boss. If you're a cog in the corporate apparatus, your face is pretty much fair game. That's my motto.
Everything I did was for the good of the colony. Consider that.
Okay. I'll spur Lilia's wrath. Fuck it.
You won't regret this. I'm still far from the breakthrough I need, but you're at least giving me a chance. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive. You sure have an inflated sense of self-importance. But That doesn't make you wrong. Now move along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of her, tidying up and such.
Okay, let me check how much reputation I'm going to lose. This is 104%. I might get minus 100 with just a slight suspicion.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
Widow's lemon slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Is it done? Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species, or are we finished here? You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office. We're done.
The thanks we get for showing a little integrity.
What a surprise. Seems we're no longer wanted here.
How much? Oh, it's still reviewing. 9. Okay, I get it.
Time for you to move along. You keep lingering like this, I'm bound to get nervous.
Got any leads on salvage? Doesn't even have to be broke yet. We'll take anything.
Okay, distress signal. Wait. Anti-Cleo, right? Yeah. So no anti-Cleo.
CNP Borston baked beans, but you need to eat one.
18, 17.
What can I do for? Don't. Have a look.
FN.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Okay, I'm going to continue this later because I am really hungry. So gonna log out for now. Okay. And thank you for watching.